Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future. Trade in all our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal. As long as you are on a sim, we're not responsible for your trade. We're not your financial advisor either. Okay, the market is dropping below this heavy support area, and we're hitting the target at 17,200. It's extremely good. And the ES, we have a clearance, which we will have a short signal very soon on from the market analyzer. The destination on the ES is 48.69. 48.69. This is your destination on the ES as we speak right now. We're not your financial advisor, so whatever you do, it is at your own risk. There is a little support area at 48.79, which we will break it hopefully, and the next destination is 48.69 on the ES, and very soon we should once we break. There is a lot of new signal on the 6E and the gold. That's fine, and once we break this 48.78, we will have a short signal. Shouldn't be any problem. We just hit the target on the Nasdaq, and we need this ES to break the 48.78. It's really important. There is no long trade. You should not allow your auto trade to take long, please. There is no long trade. There is a good potential on the Nasdaq to go short, At 17,320, we will see if it's going to hold the 17,320, and here it is. You can see how the number stopped right there, which we have covered a lot. This is a re-entry point. You should not allow your ES to take a long trade. I don't know, to our traders, you can say short only. You can click on the short only. You should never allow at this moment your ES to take a trade. It seems like the Nasdaq able to break that key point here. We'll see, we'll watch and monitor if the ES able to break the 17,320. And it didn't. It's gonna try again. Now we have a heavy, very heavy support on the Nasdaq, which the only direction for the Nasdaq is going up. Once we break the 73.19, we should be call it long. For the ES, is just a sad news. It's been the sad news for the ES the whole week. There is no performance. And if we look especially to our traders, when you come in the morning, doesn't matter what time you start, when you see there is a lot of lines below and a lot of lines above the price, this means you should not be trading the ES at all. Until we have a clearance, like if we look at the Nasdaq have a lot of empty spaces to the long side, a heavy support on the short side. This is not bad to go long. You should not be going short. And on this ES, there is a lot of trouble in this area. It's very there's so many lines in between the top and the bottom on the price, so it is not tradable at this moment. You are a long way from trading long on the ES until we see the ES breaking the 48.96, which is a long way for now. It's a very early to start calling the trades. Plus you have a heavy resistance on the 48.93. This is not a tradable market on the ES. Sorry guys, welcome to trading, but sometimes we get stuck in some kind of channel and it's not a tradable. So now the Nasdaq is taking long. I can respect that, but the ES, I need to see the ES crossing the 48.96 before I even start looking at the market. Here is the momentum is strong, start getting strong, and is going to the right direction, but I'm really concerned about the 48.93 and the 48.96. So I don't want to just go ahead and jump on it until we see and confirm those areas has been accomplished and we are able to break those support area. That's why when the Autotrade took on the Nasdaq, when the Autotrade took that trade on the Nasdaq, I can live with it. And on the YM, I have it on a very aggressive mood on the YM based on 5 range, and it's just very aggressive. And what it does, when the trend is over, it's going to flip and reverse and go. This is another one we have done and released last Monday. So the Nasdaq is a very good. I'm comfortable with the trade on the Nasdaq. On the ES, I still like to see the ES going above the 48.96, and then we will start relax about it. So I don't want the Autotrade to take that trade on the ES. Yes, maybe there is money, but I don't want the ES to start taking a trade on that. For a conservative trading, this is the best you can do. Conservative trading. Doesn't matter if we miss one trade here and there, but it's preferred to miss a couple of trades than to dive in big pile of mud and start losing money. Now here is the case. The Nasdaq is taking the trade, and it is a very good, profitable trade. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to break even immediately. You can, of course, use a trailing stop, it's automatic trailing stop, or you can override the auto trade. The problem with the Nasdaq now, we climb all the way here. The ES, as what we said, we are concerned about that number. If the ES crossed that number, the Nasdaq is going to go much higher. If the ES not able to stay above the 48.96, is gonna drag the Nasdaq with him down. So this is how life it is with trading. So we are going to the ES is trying again, and let's see how the ES going to we really need to see the ES breaking it. So when it's a matter of time before this ES break that number, as we said and explained to you before, that the market comes into this line, try to break it the first time, the second time, the third time. It's like you're kicking the door, and at the end eventually it's going to break it. And as we see, the momentum start really getting strong and stronger. So it is a matter of time before we break the 48.96. As we said, if this number at this moment, if this market going down is gonna drag the Nasdaq with it, and this is exactly what we are looking at. The Nasdaq taking a short from the top. And this short trade is not going to be less for a very big trade. So we are aware of that short trade the auto trade took on the Nasdaq. It's not going to be a very big trade because you have the re-entry point at 17,362. On the ES, you have a re-entry point at 4890. We're not your financial advisor. You can do whatever. Maybe you are much smarter than us. I'm happy for you, but we are not your financial advisor. Do whatever you want. This is just for educational purpose. And on this condition here, because I know this Nasdaq is not going to less this short trade for a very long time, because we have a re-entry here and we have a re-entry here long. So I recovered or broke even immediately, because if this market goes further down, it's fine. But if it's the market want to go back, I'm out of it with no losses, you know. So this is the whole idea here. And we will a broke even. Once you break even on any kind of given trade, then you are home free. It's not costing you anything. It's better to break even as soon as possible. So if there is the market going against you, you will not get in trouble. So this is really good. Let's go back. The ES is going to try this yellow line, as we talked about before, the 48.96, and now we can see the momentum here is very strong. The buyers and with the sellers, they are almost even. With 6 different time frame, they're almost even. So it's gonna take a little couple minutes before this ES able to break this area, but it's going to break it, and that why you see the Nasdaq pulling back because of this number 48.96, and now we are going to cross it, and once we cross this one, the Nasdaq, I can live with that long trade in here, and we are going to be okay on that trade. Shouldn't be any problem. The most important, your Nasdaq trade at this moment, hanging on the ES 48.96. So if this ES break the 48.96, you're gonna have a winner trade, and if the market not able at this moment to break it, is gonna drag the ES, the Nasdaq with him. So your trade on the Nasdaq on any given auto trade at this moment on any time frame or any type of a template or any kind of auto trade from somewhere else is become irrelevant in those situations. You're hanging on the ES 48.96, has nothing to do with your template, your auto trade, your time frame you are working, whether it's 15 minutes or a Renko bar or a range, is irrelevant. 3 minutes, 5 minutes is irrelevant, because as we said before, it's very important for a day trader to open the 1 minute ES. Very important. It gives you shine with like a flashlight, telling you where is the direction of this market. So if you notice, we are hanging on the ES, and the whole key is the ES 48.96. And as you see, the market has been trying. You can see how the market has been trying 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, trying to penetrate that line. And this is determined to go long or short. Below that number is short, above that number is long. So this is really, really important. And you are in a race when you are taking a trade on the Nasdaq, whether you can your auto trade can hang in there, or you're gonna be stopped out. And this is part of the trading. You cannot avoid that. Welcome to trading. You cannot avoid that. On this auto trade, I directed to take a short trade only, and on the other auto trade, I left it as is. I didn't mess with it. I left it as is. And now the market is sinking again. Here is the problem. We have a heavy support area on the 48.93, and the ES are not able to break the 48.96. So this is, and even if he broke that 48.93.75 or 48.94, you have a re-entry here too, is 48.90 long. So the ES got stuck between this line 48.96 and the support 48.93. This is not an idea to trade. This is is gonna damage your account in those conditions, and there is no way out. There is no type of template or filter is gonna filter that market for you. I'm sorry to say that. And be careful. There is a re-entry point on the 17,035, and there is a re-entry point on 17,317, and this is your support area. This is your re-entry at 4890.50. So, and you can see how perfect re-entry on the 17,300, and now we have a perfect re-entry on 17,314, and the ES seems like it's sinking again. There is no short on the Nasdaq. There is no short on the Nasdaq, and there is no short. You cannot go short on the Nasdaq. Be careful. We finished the YM on a 5 range on 3,878. Excellent trades. Winning trade left and right. We finished with it. And the Nasdaq is climbing again. We can live with that. The ES, I don't have any trade for you. I'm sorry. There is no trade on the ES, and I'm not gonna take, there is no trade on the ES. There is a CL and there is a Nasdaq, but ES, you should not be trading the ES at this moment. On any type of a given auto trade, you should not be trading the ES at this moment. It is still, we are on the same condition. We need to cross the 48.93 and we need to cross the 48.96 before we can start thinking about long trade with the ES. And as we see from the ES momentum here, the buyers are equal to the sellers. They are totally equal, and the market is very mixed from 1 to 30 minutes, from 1 to 30 minutes. This is not right. This is not good. This is not tradable market. So we don't want to mess with the ES at this moment. And I'm taking all the ES off the screen. You should not be trading ES at this moment. We're not talking about the one trade you made it today or two trade you made on the ES today. We're trying to say consistency, because even if you take a trade and you make money on it today, tomorrow you will lose 10 trades on that. So it's not about today trade. It's about consistency, how we can avoid bad trades. You know, if one of them got away, does not mean you are in the safe. Tomorrow you will pay 10 times more the amount. So it's not to just get away with one trade today. We need to think a little bit further, to be disciplined and to build consistency. I'm sorry, today it's been a long day today with the trading. So it is. We need to see this ES going on 48.96.50, crossing it, and here it is. And you can see how the Nasdaq react to it. We have an institutional little profit taken on the institutional number. That's okay, that's fine on the 48.98. Then we have the morning session will end up at 49.04 for the morning session. It is an institutional target. Number 2, 1 and 2 for the morning session. Number 3 is for the evening session, afternoon session. So we are taking some profit taking on target 1, and your morning session will end with the ES at 49.04. We finally broke that area, which I'm glad. And you can see, because the ES broke that area, the Nasdaq flew to the top and now is going to try to break those double resistance. I'm not worried about it. And it's going to little struggling on that. But then your final destination, 17,406 for the morning session. So this is a very good wild ride on the Nasdaq. And as you notice how the ES is top on target 1 for profit taking, and it's gonna keep climbing to the target 2. Target 2 is your final destination for this morning. It's 49.03, which it lines up very well, because those numbers has to be achieved around 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. And now it is 10:30, so we still have 30 minutes to climb to this target at 49.04. This is acceptable. The Nasdaq is struggling with this double resistance. That's fine. It's acceptable. There is no big deal about it, and we can live with it. And because of this profit taken on target one, and the momentum getting stronger, the buyer going over the seller, the high time frame is in the green, so everything looks good. Maybe a little pullback on the institutional target one, that's very fine. A little struggling, but the Nasdaq will break those two lines, and we will be climbing to our target 17,405. So we'll keep monitoring this market, and I'll cut off the microphone for a few seconds and see how this market will play us. Thank you very much. Again, if you are trading the Nasdaq, don't panic on that. We're gonna cross those double resistance, and the ES, it was a profit taking on number one, and we're gonna go head to head very soon with the 49.01. It's just a matter of time. Just be careful. Actually, on the Nasdaq, it's getting very tight. I mean, it's crazy to take a re-entry at the 173.46. It's crazy because there is a resistance. But this is the re-entry at 173.44, and you gotta be. I don't like to go long. Let me show clear picture on the from the signal from the market analyzer. This is a very clear picture how this Nasdaq is trying to break this 173.67. We have estimation a target at 174. On every trade there is a different estimation, so you should not be it's not by the ticks, it's by the market's movement. And target one, we are aware of it, that profit taking on target one, and it's not has nothing to do with indicators that resistance support. It's just institutional number profit taking, and there is extremely strong support on 48.93.75. Very good support. So it is a matter of time before. If you notice, people ignore, the Nasdaq traders ignore the ES. Your ES is the oxygen for the market. Your ES always, the 1 minute, not rank bar. The 1 minute is always give you clear vision as a day trader, which direction you want to go on that. So it is. I'm done with the trading on the Nasdaq. I'm not gonna let any more trades on the Nasdaq. We're done. We've done very well on the Nasdaq. We're not gonna mess with it anymore. I'm gonna make the YM go for one more round, and there is a good support. I'm not concerned about the drop. 48.94. The CL is doing extremely well, by the way. The CL is short, and there is very soon you're gonna get a signal short on the CL from buy to sell. The CL is doing extremely well on both of directions, doing extremely well.